Peter Byrne was a world-renowned researcher who spent most of his life investigating and searching for the Himalayan yeti and the Bigfoot of the Pacific Northwest. He was born in Dublin, Ireland on August 22, 1925. He graduated school and joined the Royal British Air Force during World War II. After his service, he came to work on a tea plantation in northern India in the late 1940s. Being a successful big game hunter, he opened Nepal's first tiger hunting concession and eventually found himself face to face with stories about the abominable snowman, or yeti. He found his first yeti print in 1948 in Sikkim, northeast India. Peter Byrne has lived a long and dedicated life in pursuit of cryptozoological subjects such as the yeti, and has achieved what very few could have ever imagined. He was able to acquire sponsorships for his Bigfoot research for almost 6 decades. He had headed a rather successful search for the yeti in 1957, 1958, and 1959, which was funded by a Texas oil man who went by the name of Tom Slick. Hearing of the discovery of more Bigfoot prints in Northern California in 1959, Tom Slick asked Byrne and Peter's brother, Brian, to head up a Pacific Northwest Bigfoot expedition in 1960. For a short time, this hunt included Rene DeHinden, John Green, and Bob Titmus. After Slick's death in 1962, the operations shut down in the Pacific Northwest. Byrne returned to the Bigfoot scene in 1971 with funding by an Ohio millionaire named Tom Page. At that time, Byrne worked with Dennis Jensen. Eventually, Tom Page departed ways with Byrne and Jensen. Byrne could not continue his efforts until a few years later, in the early 1970s, when the Boston Academy of Applied Sciences began sponsoring Byrne, who promoted a no-kill position and established a Bigfoot Information Center near the Dalles, Oregon. In 1976, Peter Byrne wrote The Search for Bigfoot: Monster, Myth, or Man. His Oregon effort continued for 9 years, from 1970 to 1979. Byrne would make a career out of appearing regularly in television documentaries about Bigfoot. During that time, Byrne appeared on In Search Of, and also in the short 1978 documentary entitled Man Beast, Myth or Monster. In 1992, Byrne was once sponsored again by Robert Rines to form the Bigfoot Research Project based near Parkdale, Oregon, in the Hood River region. This was a full-scale monster search, complete with helicopters, infrared sensors, and a 1-800 Bigfoot phone number. Byrne's efforts, which continued until around 1997, did not produce much in the way of good evidence. After this project, Byrne was commissioned to investigate sightings of a Bigfoot-type creature in southern Florida, known as the skunk ape. In the 1999 documentary Sasquatch Odyssey, Peter Byrne tells of having used $3 million of other people's money to search for Yeti and Bigfoot during the course of his life.
Don't forget to watch
like, and share Bigfoot in the Forest on all your social media. Bigfoot in the Forest can be found on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Pinterest, and Reddit.